Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the DC Show podcast. I'm Eric,
I'm Zack.
And I'm Kyler.
and we want to apologize. We missed last week. We had an executive meeting with Disney. We were just discussing terms and contracts, for all of that. So today it will
Yeah.
be a double review. So we're gonna be reviewing chapter 14, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
14,
chapter 14 and
directed
Chapter
15.
by
14.
Robert Rodriguez, and chapter 15, directed by Rick Famuyiwa, if I pronounce that correctly. I'm
But we'll
We'll
just
call
call
Hey,
him
him
all
Rick.
right.
Rick
We'll
from
call
now
him
on.
Rick.
Yeah.
We'll call him
Yeah.
Rick.
So let's get into it. What are you guys' thoughts? Or let's go over the episode, Zach.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we'll just start with chapter 16. So chapter 16 I thought was very, very good. I enjoyed it a
14.
lot.
14.
14. Sorry. What am I
60's not out
talking
yet,
about?
boys. Not
Oh
out
my
yet.
gosh. Chapter 14. Thank you. Yeah, chapter 14 was very, very good. When the episode started and we were going to Tython, I was very surprised. I thought we were about to we're about to go to Typhon, but we have to go to this other planet and do this quick thing before we actually get to Typhon. I was expecting, the constant Mando thing where we don't actually do what we have to do. But I was surprised and we went there and I was kind of like, he put Baby Yoda on the thing and I'm like, oh, okay. So, like, what's the story here? And then, boom, Slave One comes in. And I'm like, oh. And guys, I got to tell you, I'm very happy that it wasn't just a trailer for a Boba Fett show, that
Oh,
Boba Fett
yeah.
actually did come back. I'm very happy. And he comes in and he says, bruh, I want my armor. I need my armor. Give it to me now. And yeah, so honestly, if you think about it, the episode doesn't have much plot. As I was just talking to everyone, I said that I read an article and Robert Rodriguez, who directed the episode, said the script was only 19 pages. So basically, John Favreau said, just fill it with action. And that's kind of what the episode is. It's just a big action scene. You have all these stormtroopers coming in. Fennec comes back from chapter 5, which, again, it fulfills the promise. Because remember when the end of the episode, that body was there and, the figure walked up to it at the very end? Everyone pretty much assumed that it was going to be Boba Fett. And I'm happy that it was actually confirmed that it was Boba Fett, which was awesome. And then we got a bunch of great action. We got confirmed that Jango Fett was a foundling, which was pretty cool. And I think besides, obviously, the big thing at the ending is that Baby Yoda gets taken by the Dark Troopers. But guys, there's a plot hole here. So at the beginning of the episode, Boba Fett tells Mandalorian to take off his jetpack, right? Mandalorian takes it off. At the end of the episode, when the Dark Troopers are coming, right, you would think he goes, oh, they're flying? Let me get up there fast and put my jetpack on and go fly up and get Baby Yoda. Now, here's the thing. They could have did this two different ways. One, they could have had the jetpack, like, be on the ship when it gets blown up because the Razor Crest just gets obliterated. You could have did it like that. Or you could have had Mando get the jetpack and the Dark Troopers just still beat him. And it would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, it really bothers me that he didn't use the jetpack because it's kind of like you could have saved. But I get it if they kind of, because sometimes when like something's happening, you don't think of like the easiest thing to do. You just think like, oh my gosh, I just got to go. So I do get it that he probably wasn't thinking to use the jetpack, but I don't know. It just kind of felt like a little bit of a plot hole.
And then we don't see the jetpack in the next episode, right? I don't think we.
Yeah, I didn't see it in this episode, so
Yeah,
it must
no.
still be on Tython,
How could
which
you forget?
is
Yes.
Favreau. This is what happens when you only write
Yeah, no,
19
because
pages, buddy.
you
You got
would
to
think
check
that.
your work before you submit it, man.
No, because like you say, like if you're like looking at them taking Baby Yoda to fly, it's like, oh, I wish I had something that I could fly with.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Literally
know
in the beginning of the episode, they're literally flying him and Baby Yoda. Like, you can't forget about it. You literally just had it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and Boba Fett's jetpack's even cooler, bro. I love when Boba Fett shoots the cannon out. That was cool when the two ships collided and fell. That was
Oh
pretty
yeah, that
sick.
was really cool.
And then yeah, so besides that, the biggest thing to happen is, guys, the Razor Crest
It's
gone.
gone. Oh.
And an important detail, which I don't think any of you guys have noticed. What did Mando not have in this episode?
What did he not have?
He did not have something that he always has on him.
His
You know what it is?
his big gun. I don't know.
The
His
gun
big gun.
blew up in the Razor Crest. He doesn't have it anymore.
Oh
Dang,
really?
the iconic gun.
Yep. I was
That's tough.
because I watched a video and you can literally see the skeleton of the gun in the wreckage right by the Beskar staff actually. So
Okay.
they
Oh,
blew
I'll
up
have to
his
recheck that.
Yeah, they blew up his famous musket, which I'm kind of sad about. So now they're just flying around on the slave one,
You know.
basically.
I'm surprised he didn't show the gun damage and then he picks up the Beskar. I truly don't get why they
I
did.
know. That's the thing though, like, because I remember I think it was in chapter 4. There's like a statue of IG-11 in the background,
Yep, I
and it's just
remember.
like there's so many things on the show. They just go so fast. These episodes are so short that I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if again they might have just forgot like to show it.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean?
You know, they're too busy with
Um,
these side quests, and it's like, come on.
I know. But yeah, so honestly, oh yeah, and then the last scene we see is Moff Gideon, with Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda's taken out of the stormtroopers, and there's some interesting kind of dialogue. Moff Gideon's kind of like toying with Baby Yoda, or Grogu, I should say.
Yep, Grogu.
And there's a line, and it almost kind of to me seemed like maybe Grogu has seen the dark saber before because he's kind of like, oh, you remember this? Like he said something like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll follow up on that. But yeah, so I really enjoyed Chapter 6. Thought it was very good, very great action. Again, a little light on story, but at the same time, I'm happy that it wasn't just a filler episode. I'm glad that they delivered on the promise of Boba Fett, that he actually came back, and it wasn't just a trailer for that. Episode 1 wasn't just a trailer for a Boba Fett show. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Kyler, if you want to give your thoughts.
I will say, like, while I did kind of, for the most part, enjoyed the episode, I did have some problems. One was, so he tracks down Mandalorian to get back the armor, and my question is, why did he not go to the Marshal? You know, like he could have easily took down the Marshal, without his
It's because Jon Favreau only writes 19 pages and then he submits his script, so he doesn't check.
Yeah, no, because his armor's been gone for a while, and like after.
No, that's a good point though.
Yeah.
And also, why didn't he could have got Mando in episode 4. He could have got him in episode 3.
Exactly, and that's
like, why did he wait till episode 6?
Exactly, like that's another point. It's like, why did they wait? You know, especially with Moff Gideon, why did he wait till this episode instead of the previous episode? You know, while he was.
It's a good point.
Yeah, because remember that scene from the Ahsoka where baby, like Mandalorian was like, "All right, I gotta go check on the baby," and the baby was there. You know, I thought it was gonna be like, "Oh, Moff captured him" or something, but it wasn't like that, which was.
Yeah. Oh yes, I remember you saying that. That would have been such a good ending.
Yeah, exactly. It would have had like a plot twist and all that, and.
Yeah,
and it would have made properly sense because it would have been like Mando's gonna try to find Baby Yoda, then Boba Fett hops in and tries to get back the arm. That would have been cool though. Let's be honest.
that would have been pretty sick, actually. Yeah,
You know, that would have been sick.
that would have been sick.
You know,
That's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm trying to think of anything else real quick, but no, overall, I did think it was a good episode. But yeah, no. Yeah, no, good episode. Like, not really much to say. Like, had good action. Got to see Boba Fett.
It's basically, honestly, it's just a bunch of action.
Yeah.
If we're
Really
being
is.
honest. But Eric, what did you think? What are your thoughts on the episode?
I like this episode. It was good. It was very to the point, you know.
Yeah.
So I was very surprised. I thought there was going to be a mid episode. You know, it's like, oh, you want to get to the mountain? Well, you got to do this first, right? But no, they.
Oh,
I guess because
of that,
go ahead.
You know how they were saying like he's like, I can't land. I thought the whole episode was going to be them getting up the mountain. They're gonna have to like fight somebody, and then at the end of the episode they get to the top. I thought
you know what? Actually,
something like that's good.
Actually, sorry for interrupting, but speaking about that, you know how Mando couldn't get Baby Yoda because he was still in that process, right?
Yeah.
But and then he was finished, right? He was never interrupted. He was finished. Then the Dark Troops took him. So, do you guys think we're gonna see a Jedi in the last episode?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
Because I'll already say now what's going to happen. The team is going to be losing. They're going to be, oh my God, what's going to happen? And then they're probably going to do Luke. Luke's going to come and it's going, oh my God.
Boy.
Yeah, it's going to be one of, I think 3 or 4 people. Ezra, Cal, Mace, or Luke. I think those are the 4.
Yeah, I agree.
Mace, bro?
Yeah, no, like it's
they're
possible.
really trying to resurrect Mace like that. That's kind of.
Well, I mean, they resurrect Palpatine. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, true.
Well,
they'll do anything.
Here's
They'll
the
do
thing.
anything.
They'll do anything.
Here's the
man.
thing. Palpatine was brought back because they said, "Oh God, we don't have a villain anymore." So hopefully, the Mandalorian they actually think, and plan it out, which I think they do for the most part.
Mm.
But yeah. So Eric, I know you
Yeah.
were talking about your thoughts. So
Yeah,
before
I
we
was just
move
saying
on.
it was good, and I knew that this episode would come. The inevitable Baby Yoda gets kidnapped episode was coming, but they executed
Yeah.
it well. So I was glad
As
about
soon as
that.
it was called the tragedy, I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, Baby Yoda's about to get captured."
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
exactly.
an instant. Oh, he's gone, man.
It
He's
was
gone.
honestly, it was a spoiler, dude. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's about to
You
yeah,
get
know.
but
captured."
seeing the slave one like fly by for the first time, I was like, oh
It
yeah,
was sick.
dude.
It
And
was
then
sick.
my boy Beer Belly Boba came. I'm trademarking that. Beer Belly Boba, man.
Beer
He's got
belly Boba.
a
Beer
bit of a
belly boy.
gut, you know what I'm saying? He's
Yeah.
probably been
He
eating a lot
does.
of good food after being almost digested by a
Yeah.
what are they called?
Yeah.
What are they called? The
Sarlacc pit.
Sarlacc, yeah, the Sarlacc pit. Yeah, but
Yep.
he was really cool regardless. I was thinking like I never expected Boba to team up with Mando. I always expected because he's always
I
been
thought they were gonna
antagonized.
fight.
He's
Yeah.
always been
Yeah.
antagonized, you know, in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
main and before. So now, I mean, and yeah, what you said, Zach, they proved us wrong. They completely proved
Yeah,
us
no.
wrong. We were like, oh man, they're gonna not show him again. But dude, he's in the group now. He was in the
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
the next episode too. He's a part of the team and he's being a helpful guy and he's
Yeah.
like,
And he is.
I'm like,
I hope they stay together for the. I love him on the team.
Yeah,
dude.
no.
me too.
Because you
I'm
know
like,
what I think
yeah.
most of us were thinking was that he was gonna fight Mando and then they were gonna team up. But they were instantly
Yep.
teaming up, and that was like, oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, that was a sick
Uh,
reveal when the camera panned up and he was in the armor. I
Yeah.
was like,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go.
Yo, let's
That
go.
was- that
Oh,
was
that was
very
just
nice.
so bad.
So
Um,
good.
Also, I agree with you, Zach, about the Razor Crust. That was like, dang, that was such a bummer.
I was
because,
sad.
Look,
I was
Look.
laughing. I was just laughing. I was like, Disney, you, Joe.
because look, Baby Yoda, right? We know he's gonna get him back, right? He's
Yeah.
like, we already know. It's like, oh, whoop-de-doo, right? He's taken. I wonder what's gonna happen next. You know, we know he's gonna get him back, right? The
Yeah.
Razor Crest and the gun. Now that you mentioned it, is they're like, dang, they're like iconic pieces to the show, and we're just like,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
tough.
Do you think?
At first,
Do you
I thought.
think? Do you? Go ahead.
No, I was about to say. At first, I thought Ryan directed this episode. I'm like, what? What the heck? Did they brought Ryan to the studio?
Imagine. Do you guys think that like he's gonna get the slave one? Like Boba Fett's gonna give him the slave one as his new ship?
Probably,
Mm.
I bet he'll die.
I think that's
Boba.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think
Oh my
Boba- no, wait.
gosh.
No
Oh
way.
my
I don't want it
gosh.
to happen. I think it's gonna
If he
happen. Though. I think he's
dies-
gonna
He'll die.
sacrifice himself
If he-
to get Grogu back.
I know if he dies,
do.
then obviously it will be his. But that's gonna be BS, man. That's gonna be so BS.
I'm not gonna like it.
No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
hate it. I'm gonna hate it. They should really
But
just have
That'd be terrible.
Boba and Mando just stick around for the rest of the seasons. That's what they should.
But
dude,
I
I want them as a team.
Exactly. No.
I like them as a team, but like at first, I never expected them to be a team because, like what I said before,
Mhm.
they've antagonized him. He was
Yeah.
like a bad guy, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, but he was the kind of bad guy that was like, I swear no
Cool.
allegiance to anyone, cool, anti-hero
Yeah.
type guy.
No.
But like but always when he showed up, most of the time, he would be, in the wrong
It's bad
side.
news. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad
You
news.
put
You're
Han
not gonna
Solo
have
and
fun.
Carbonite. I mean, he's not a good guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
But
So this
you
was
also
a-
have
this
to
was-
think that he lost his father due to a Jedi. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm glad like the prequels got him like a little backstory, and now this show is
Yeah.
kind of giving him, more backstory about it.
That's all the prequels are good for.
Yeah.
About to get blasted.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
But
I like
yeah, it
Revenge
was
of the
just
Sith.
overall, I really like the thing, and the action was nice too. A bunch of it.
I know.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no,
good
but I
stuff.
What
hated.
would you guys?
Oh no, I was about
Okay.
to say real quick. I just hated how the Razor Crest blew up because it's like there were so many filler episodes about fixing it. I think like 2 for this season, 2 or 3.
True.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
About
true.
All of that
fixing
for
it.
nothing.
About fixing it. All for nothing. Like I would be the most disappointed man. Like it
You're
just
making me. You're making me angry.
it
now.
just reminded me of the Last Jedi where you just set up these, all the
It's a circle, dude. It
Yeah.
just goes around in a circle. Nothing happens. Where at every point in that movie, they're at the exact same point at the end of the
Exactly.
movie.
I mean, I get why he blew it up, but it's like, what was the point in the filler episodes? You know, about fixing
Just
it.
think, because like you said, in episode 2, he fixed the ship in like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Like it looks so easy, and then
Yeah.
it just gets blown up.
Exactly. No.
Bruh.
It
Tyler,
was
that's
so.
a great point. That's a
Yeah,
great point.
I was like very disappointed. I was laughing. I'm like, screw Disney. They're these episodes.
But yeah, so before we move on to chapter
Yep.
7, what are we guys thinking for a rating for chapter 6? What do we think?
Ooh.
Honestly, guys, I'm thinking like a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8.
Because here's the reason. There's a couple too many plot holes for me.
Yeah.
That
But
are
the
just
action
dragging
was
it down.
really good, though. The action was
The
definitely.
action was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
I
hands
love the
down like
action.
made it for me like a good episode. Yeah, I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10 just because it does something different. It's not like Baby Yoda's still with Mando. It's like Baby Yoda's captured. It's like, oh my gosh, the story
Yeah.
is gonna
Yeah,
be
all
him
right.
about rescuing him. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for chapter 6. So, Eric.
All right, guys. Well, that is the end of part 1 of our discussion of our double review. Go check out part 2 for our review of the next episode of the most recent episode. So we'll see y'all there. Later, everyone.
Bye.
Later.
This is the way. This is the way.